All right, let's talk about it. Public comment. Just saying those two words can make any board member's blood pressure go up just a little bit, right? I mean, on paper, it's this wonderful cornerstone of democracy. The public gets to speak their mind directly to you. It's great.
But let's be real. It is also the single part of your meeting most likely to go completely and utterly off the rails. You know it, I know it, we've all been there.
Oh yeah, you know the scene. You've got one person up there using their 2 minutes to rehash a zoning decision from like 1997. The next person has a very, very personal problem with their neighbor's dog that somehow is now your fault. And then you see it from the corner of your eye in the back of the room, that little red light on a smartphone. Gulp. It's recording.
The rules of engagement, your force field. So how do we do this? How do you keep things civil and, more importantly, stay off YouTube under the title, Crazy Board Meeting Meltdown? Well, it all starts with creating what I like to call your procedural force field.
Okay, first things first, let's get grounded. Public comment isn't just a suggestion or, a nice thing you do. It's actually a legal requirement. The whole point of open meeting laws is that public business gets done out in the open, and that means people have a right to be heard. Yes, even when their comments are, let's just say, uncomfortable or totally off topic, or when it's the 10th time you've heard the exact same complaint tonight. They still have that right. So here's the million-dollar question. How do you protect their right to speak while also protecting the sanity of your meeting? It really comes down to one thing. The single most powerful, most effective thing you can do is to state the rules of the game before anyone even steps up to the microphone. This one proactive step is everything.
And it's pretty simple. Think of it like a pre-flight checklist. Number 1, you state the time limits out loud for everyone to hear. Everyone gets 3 minutes. Easy. 2, explain how to sign up. Number 3, and folks, this is the big one. This is the magic key. You have to clarify that the board will be listening, but you will not be responding. This is not a debate. This is not a Q&A. And finally, number 4, you briefly state what happens if someone breaks the rules. See, when you lay all this out up front, you're not making up rules on the fly later. You're just enforcing the framework you already established.
The main event, running the show. Okay, the bell has rung. You've laid out the rules. The first speaker's name is called. Now it's time to actually run the show.
Now, it's super important to understand there are two very different jobs happening here. First, you've got the chair. The chair is the referee. Their job is to run the clock, and trust me, a big, visible timer is your best friend and to keep things on track. If someone starts making personal attacks, the chair calmly steps in. Please direct your comments to the board as a whole. That's it. Now, what about everyone else on the board? You have one job. One. You listen. That's it. You just listen.
And while you are doing that one simple job of listening, here is what you are absolutely not doing. You are not sighing. You're not whispering to the person next to you. And I know how tempting it can be, but you are not, under any circumstances, rolling your eyes. Why? Because remember that little red light? A 3-second clip of you rolling your eyes with absolutely no context? That is viral catnip. That's the clip they came for. Don't give it to them. The special guest handling the performer. Okay, sooner or later, every board gets a visit from a special guest. This is the person who didn't show up to be heard. They showed up to put on a show. Let's call them the performance artist. You can spot them a mile away. They often have their own camera already rolling. Their entire goal is not to convince you of anything. Their goal is to get a reaction from you. They want to bait you into an argument, get you flustered, and capture that moment for their highlight reel. So what do? How do you handle the performer? The answer is so simple, it's almost beautiful. You give them boring consistency. You treat them exactly like every other person who spoke. Same roles, same time limit, same calm, neutral tone from the chair. You give them nothing. No argument, no drama, no emotion. You starve them of the reaction they need for their video to work. A performer with no audience and no one to play off of, well, that's just a person talking in a room. The wrap-up. Landing the plane. Okay, you made it. The last person has spoken. The performer has been handled with polite, boring professionalism. Now comes the final crucial part. You have to land the plane smoothly.
And here is the #1 rule of landing this plane. Once public comment is closed, it's closed. That's it. Period. No exceptions. No, oh, just one more thing. This is not the time for the board to start defending itself or making promises. The temptation is huge, I get it. But you just say, thank you for your comments, and you move on to the next agenda item. The door is shut.
Because you have to remember the new reality of public service. In any public meeting, you have to work from one simple assumption. The camera is always on. But here's the secret. Here's the truly empowering part. If you run your process the right way, if you are fair and consistent, and you just refuse to provide the drama, that camera becomes completely irrelevant. I mean, what are they going to post? A 45-second video of a meeting being run professionally, where everyone was treated with respect? Yeah, good luck getting that to go viral. Your best defense isn't a better argument. Your best defense is a better process. The only real question is, what will your next viral video be about? The drama or your leadership?